My son is learning about the American Revolution, and he's just so excited about all things America, which is wonderful. But I felt compelled when I knew we were going to DC this past weekend to make sure that we visited the monuments, and then we went to the AFAM, the National Museum of African American History and Culture, and I gave, basically a 6-year old a version of what was happening, right? And if you've been to the museum, you know it's huge and it's so much information. But because he's 6 and he's into war, we could talk about Toussaint Louverture, and we could talk about, right, that really great sort of Revolutionary War area that they have in the museum, and we could talk about the Civil War, right? And it was exciting and kind of go through those things. But it made me think about how I felt like, no, I have to take him to this because I felt like, oh, I have a few years. But then I thought, no, I may not have a few years while he's here. And even my 3-year old, who she wasn't going to understand, but at least we're going to take pictures besides certain exhibits, right? So at least they were there and you were there at some point, right, to hear about it. And because what I see really is the decimation that if these places want to stay open and want to continue with federal grant with funding, they're going to have to be a shell of themselves and of all of the work that people have done to create this very complicated, nuanced story that we have grown accustomed to being able to have.